could you do a video on the difference between pricing a job and an hourly rate for going to do a job? So let's build a scenario. Got a little bit of an interesting video for you today. Very similar to the video that I did a while ago when I gave the woman a price for a couple of radiators and she said I was too expensive. It was only for 2 rads. It was only going to take me a couple of hours. Rad there, bit of pipe. TRV's upstairs. I'm going to say to Dave, I will do that for... Right, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. This video is a midweek video, as always. It's a little bit shorter than I'm trying to do the Sunday ones. I'm trying to make them a little bit longer and keeping a fairly short one midweek. Now, today's video, we touch base with the tilers on the bathroom renovation. I literally stick my head in and just to see how they're going and give you a bit of a view on what's going on at the renovation there, because I know a load of you are absolutely loving the progress of that bathroom renovation. So it's hopefully coming to a bit of an end soon. Hopefully we're going to get the suite and everything in by the end of this week. Secondly, I go to a job and I want you, come the end of the video, I want you to tell me how much you think I should charge for this job, because it's for the same chippy as the video with the woman who was sort of, you know, moaning a little bit about the price. So Dave's got me back, and ironically it is a job with 2 rads that need installing. So I've filmed that, and I want you to comment when you see it how much you would charge for it, and then at the end of the video I'm going to tell you how much I'm going to charge for it and pass it over to Dave, and hopefully we'll get that job. But also what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to try and talk you through the difference between a price job and a day rate or hourly rate job, because when I did that video about the doing the 2 rads that I didn't get because the woman thought it was too dear, a lot of people seem to think what you charge for a price to go and do the job is also what you charge hourly. So in effect you're going to be earning stupid money day in, day out, and it's not the case. So I'm going to address that a little bit further on in the video, because I know a lot of you are quite interested in that. So I'll let you get on with it. As always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that jazz, and I shall catch up with you soon. So I've stuck my head back into the bathroom job. I've even had to park down the road because Matty and Nath, the tilers, are here. So let's take a little wander in and see how they're getting on. They came out yesterday, started the job yesterday, and they're pretty much cracking on with it. Here's Matty, look, looking busy. Oh boy, there he is. Everyone's waiting to see him back on the channel. So there we go, we've got a feature wall. Let's have a look,
It's a feature
wall here. If you remember, we had that little curve in the wall, but Nath's managed to put a bit of a line through the middle. Obviously it's going to be grouted up anyway, so it won't stand out as much, but just got that little bit of an arc in the wall there. That's what they wanted.
See that?
So they got that, and then the white sort of whitish coloured tiles.
Ivory.
White and ivory tiles. They've been looking after the bath as well, because I told them the hassle we had with that. And then we're going to have underfloor heating matting on the floor, and we're not 100% sure on what tiles are going on the floor yet. Could it possibly be these, or the customer may be bringing a different one out at any time soon. But that's the battening I told you about. We put the battening in, so we're working from there this way. But yeah, it's going alright, Nathan, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting there, mate. Getting there, slowly but surely.
Little chrome trim on it. And obviously that's where the old tiles come to. They're going to redecorate all up here anyway, redoing the ceiling. But that's for their decorator, not for us. So finished getting them on the wall there. That's all we've got left to do. A little bit along the top. Yep. And then the electric underfloor heating matting will go down. And the tiles today.
Get grouted up tomorrow.
Getting there.
Happy days.
And we can get in tail end of the week, probably Thursday, Friday, because this one's having just a close couple toilet and pan, pedestal and sink, curved shower screen, and the shower for this one is just coming straight off the tap, so we'll just put a little holder there for the shower to go in, and then the bath panel. So yeah, it's all coming together. We're getting there. Right, we leave these boys to it and crack on. Right, I said I was going to do a video about the difference between a price job and an hourly rate job. Just off the back of the video I did a few weeks ago, I gave a price of a customer for £200 to fit 2 radiators in her house, drain the system down, fit 2 radiators, fill it up. And she come back to me and said, £200 for 2 rads, that's 2 hours work maximum. I think that's out of order. So off the back of that, a lot of people said, could you do a video on the difference between pricing a job and an hourly rate for going to do a job? So let's build a scenario. Let's say you've been called out to a job. It's all hypothetical. Let's say you've been called out to a job to move a radiator on an open vented system. You've quoted them £200 to fit this radiator. In your mind, as a professional, as a plumber, as someone that does it all the time, you've allowed a morning to do that. So 4 hours to do that. Thinking I might get it done quicker, but because it's on an open vented system, I'm just going to cover my arse in case there's any airlocks. I should be able to get them out in that time. So you quoted £200 to move this radiator on an open vented system. Let's talk through the process of what that would entail. You get into the job, you're loading your tools out onto the job, you're dust sheeting everywhere off, and you're making the job ready to start. So there's probably half an hour. You're then up into the roof, you're either bunging the tank or shutting the tank off in the roof. You're draining the heating system down because the rad's on the ground floor. You're draining the heating system down, and that's going to take, let's say, another half an hour. So you're already an hour in before you've even begun the job, in theory. You're draining the system down. While that's going on, you're hanging the rad on the wall. System's drained down, you cut into the pipe work, there's a little bit of water in the pipe, you've managed to get it out, you press fitting up, however you're fitting it. You've run your 2 pipes across, you've piped the radiator up, maybe, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe an hour with a cup of tea. So you're now into 2 hours on this job. All done, all finished off, tidied up everywhere, so you're now going to refill the heating system. You've popped upstairs, you've pulled the bungs out of the tank, and the system's filling up. So let's just say this time the tank is filled up fine, and you're going around the whole house, opening vents, letting the air out, everything's fine. You're turning the boiler up, you've checked your rad, there's no leaks on it. You're turning the boiler on, you're heat testing. So you're now at about 3 hours by the time you've done this, filled the system back up, had it tidied up. You're now at 3 hours. Everything's gone fine on that job. Heat tested, everything's working perfectly. So a job that you've quoted £200 for, and you've allowed 4 hours, everything's gone fine, you've got it done, you said to the customer, it's all done, it's £200, they've paid fine. So you've done it in 3 hours, so it's 200 quid. Fine, not a problem. That's how price jobs work. Let's just say you've done that job on hourly rate. So the woman's gone, okay, it's £200, so that's £50 an hour. And she's thought, oh, you know, as long as he's going to get it done in that time. So you come to do the job exactly the same. You're now charging the woman £50 an hour. You're there. 3 hours later, it's all done and it's fine. The woman's gone, only took you 3 hours. So yeah, you charge 150 quid because you've agreed on that £50 an hour. Everything's fine, done. That's a perfect scenario. So let's go with, you've done the job and you're filling the heating system back up on this open vented system. All of a sudden it's airlocked. It's absolutely airlocked. A blockage has occurred somewhere because you've drained it down. Being an old open vented system, they're sludging it because they haven't had it flushed for years. Draining it down, you're going to refill it. You've done the job, you're refilling the job, and it's airlocking up. You're there. We've all done it. We all know exactly the circuits. Like, you're chasing air around this system for 3 or 4 hours. Before you know it, the job's done, but you're still there 6, 7 hours later because you're chasing air around. You're going around, you're trying to shunt the pump, you're trying to get rid of this airlock. You finally get it done. It's tail end of the day. You've lost your head a little bit on it because it's done your head in. So let's just say, for argument's sake, you was there all day. You was there all 8 hours. You finally got it working. It's all right. Customer says, how much to owe you? It's £200 because you've priced that job. You've priced that job for £200, hoping it was going to go all right. It hasn't, but you're a man of your word. You're a tradesman. You're a local business, and you stand by what you're doing. It's £200. Not a problem. Oh, you sure you've been here all day? Yeah, it's £200. I priced it for you. That's what it was. Everyone's happy. Let's just say this woman questioned you and wanted it done an hourly rate. As we've said before, it's all gone right the first time. Everything's fine. 3 hours. She's paid 150 quid. She's now on that hourly rate. We've got an airlock in your system. So you're going around and telling her, it won't fill up. There's an airlock. Again, same scenario. You're there for the whole day. You're there for the 8 hours. She's paying. She was adamant she wanted to pay you on an hourly rate. So that's £50 an hour. All of a sudden, what would have been a £200 job on an hourly rate is now £400. So she's going to have to pay that £400 because she agreed on an hourly rate. Exactly the same scenario. This is why a price job, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But that's probably the wrong terminology, actually. Sometimes you earn a few quid. Sometimes if it goes wrong, you stand by what you quoted and it's £200 and you might lose a few quid. But this is the problem. People seem to think, oh, if he's earning £200 in the morning, he's then going and earning £200 in the afternoon. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes you have little jobs. Sometimes you'll lose on jobs. Sometimes you'll do all right on jobs. But the hourly rate thing is a massive sort of, yes, it can be all right, or no, it can't be. If usually if a tradesman gives you a price for a job, if anything goes wrong within that price, you know you're still getting the job done and it is at that price, unless something catastrophic happens like the bathroom. But I always put a caveat at the bottom of my quote saying, you know, we can't see what is behind the tiles, or especially with the pipe work on that other one. Also, out of that £200, you've got to take out your tax, running your van, your tools, the time you've learnt to do it, your gas registration, your G3 unvented registration, all of that. Also, we don't get paid sick pay. We don't get paid holiday pay. All that has to come out of our little pot. It's all right for the guy saying, I don't earn £50 an hour, or I don't earn £100 an hour, but you get holiday pay. You get in your car, your company car, and you drive to your job, and all your stuff is laid out for you. All your tools, your equipment, your computers are all there. When people try to compare a tradesperson with 25 years of experience, they can do that job in 2 hours because they've done the years of doing that job over 2 days, and then a day and a half, and then a day. You're not paying for, yes, you are paying for the tradesman, but you're paying for the years of experience that they've learned in that trade. So hope that opens your eyes a little bit to a price job compared to an hourly rate job. Some jobs work on an hourly rate, some jobs work on a price. So hope that sort of made it a little bit clear. Drop in the comments below if you agree with what I've said, and you know, give me some sort of examples of what you've done where possibly you've done a job on a price and it's gone Pete Tong and you've been there hours and hours. I've done it. That was a scenario with an open vented system, and I think I was there till 7, 8 o'clock at night doing my head in. But it was priced, so I stood by my price, and that is what builds your reputation locally as a plumber, carpenter, electrician, whatever it may be. So I hope that's a little bit of an insight into it. I know I've waffled on a little bit, but I know a lot of people were interested in it. So let's get back to the video and take a look at this job I've got coming up. Right, so we've got a little bit of an interesting video for you today. It is very similar to the video that I did a while ago about when I gave the woman a price for a couple of radiators and she said I was too expensive, it was only for 2 rads, it was only going to take me a couple of hours. So funnily enough, it's also for the same chippy, Dave. He's called me out to this job and said, I've got a job here, the guy wants 2 radiators fitting, will you come and have a look and give me a price for it? So what I thought I'd do is go in and film the whole process of looking at the job, and then at the end of the video I want you to drop in the comments below, if you're a tradesman, how much you would charge to do it. If you're a DIY homeowner sort of person, how much you would expect to pay for what I'm going to go in and show you. So let's take a bit of a walk over and I'll talk you through the whole process of looking at this job, because it's quite interesting. But I'll go through now and talk you through the whole sort of process of me looking over it. Here's the boiler. This is that video we done before. It's all Dave's fault. It was Dave's customer that thought I was trying to rip her off, but she didn't say I was trying to rip her off, but that's how it sort of come out. So can I just turn that radio off, Dave?
Yeah.
Otherwise YouTube do me for copyright infringement. If it's playing any songs, if you're playing any songs in the background and you don't own the copyright to the music, all the earnings I get from that video goes to the artist. So, right, what we've got a combi boiler here, which interestingly enough is completely drained down coming onto the job. So, you crack on, boys. You crack on, lads.
Thanks, mate, thanks.
So, as a bit of an insight into this, I got here and Dave said the customer wants a radiator going here. We've got the pipes coming here. He wants a radiator going there. and a radiator going there. Now, the person who's having the house renovated at the moment, he's had a new bathroom put in, a plumber's put a new bathroom in, and the plumber's put new radiators upstairs and left the system completely drained down, and then the customer's tried to get hold of him again to come and do these 2 rads, can't get hold of him. So the system, as far as I know, has never been filled back up. So straight away, it makes you go, why has it never been filled back up? Is there an issue if I fill it back up? Why does the other plumber not want to come back to do these rads? So straight away, you've got a couple of little red flags appearing. Now, Dave is going to buy the radiators and hang them. So in principle, all we're doing is connecting a rad on here off these 2 copper pipes, and then there's a rad going behind that door, just there. So the rad's going to be hung on the wall, and we're just going to connect the pipes up. So you're probably looking at a couple of metres of copper there, a couple of metres of copper here. Connect the rads up. You know, Dave will get the TRVs for them, the valves, the rads, and hang them. So we just come in to connect up. But my concern is the system is completely drained down. So do I, it's a question for you, drop it in the comments below. Do I fill the system first to see if there's any issues, or do I just put the rads on, then fill the system? I'll also be telling Dave to tell the customer, or if I've met the customer by this point, that I can't warrant, or I don't know what's been done on the system prior to me connecting the rads up and filling it up. So, for instance, I could put that rad on, pressurise the boiler up, and a leak could come through the ceiling here. Because as far as I'm aware, I haven't been upstairs yet. As far as I'm aware, Dave's told me that the other plumber fitted a towel rail in the bathroom. So, let's have a look. So look, let's put these rads on, right there. So there's no TRV on that, so I might just mention a TRV on that rad. Got another brand new rad here. I'll also say like putting a TRV. While it's drained down, it makes more sense to put them on. And then I assume, yeah, this is the bathroom. See? Nice bathroom, to be fair. Plumber's done alright. But tow rails on. It's really quite low, but it is what it is. But it just makes you go, why has he not filled it back up? Maybe he thought he was coming back to do it, but it's strange that now the customer can't get a hold of him to come back to do it. You don't know what's happened. I'm just wary that the system's not been filled back up. So, just to run over then, how much would you charge for thermostatic valve on there, thermostatic valve on there, and then connecting up the radiator on here, the radiator on here, and then going through, hoping there's no issues, obviously repressurising that boiler up. What are you thinking you'd charge for that? So I'm off the top of my head now, I'm going to say, bearing in mind the last job was very similar to this, and I said 200 quid, and majority, 90% of people said I was, you know, too cheap at that. But again, I was sort of helping Dave out because he'd done a little job for me before Christmas. So it was a off the cuff, couple of £100, I'll do it. This one, rad there, bit of pipe, TRVs upstairs. I'm gonna say to Dave, I will do that for, it's a bit of a lowdown on that job. So, pricing, what do we think? What do we think we're going to charge for that? Now, I've just been through it with Dave, and for the time it's going to be to do the rads, and also for covering my arse really when it comes to filling that back up, because I don't know what's been done. I don't know if there's going to be an issue with it. I don't think there is, but you've always got to cover your arse. So what I've said to him is 300 quid, that's supplying the pipe, the fittings, Dave's getting the rads and the valves, putting them on the wall, obviously connecting the pipe work up, and then refilling it all. As I say, drop me a comment below. People will say it's too dear, people will say it's too cheap. That is the way it is. So let me know what you would charge for that job. A, if you're a plumber. B, if you're a DIY guy, what would you expect to pay for that job? And also let me know whereabouts you are in the country or even in the world. So I'll be interested to hear people's views on just what they would be charging for that little job over there.